What's up, everybody? I know. It's been a few months now. I got a few messages asking where I've been. I'm back doing videos again. Sorry, I've been working on a few projects, but this year is going to be very interesting. I'm going to work on some very exciting topic, especially around technology, AI, so on and so forth. But the first topic I want to talk about today is the educational system. And this is specifically for you young men and women, man. I've been talking about it roughly, briefly, I can say, over the years, but this time I want to also add some of the solution because the world is changing. Technology is changing everything. And you really need to reprogram yourself and view educational system a little bit differently. So check out the video. Let me know what you think. I'm pretty sure you'll learn a few things.
All right. Now, the topic of today's education. And the main reason why I'm doing this video, I received a message about a month and a half ago. Somebody was looking for a job. He was very desperate, telling me how he takes care of his whole family, his four siblings. He was the only breadwinner, and he had just graduated, I think, biology or physics, couldn't find a job, was on his second non paid internship. I mean, it went back and forth because those stories break my hearts, man. And unfortunately, I have limited resources, so I couldn't really help because he didn't have the skill sets, first of all, I was looking for. But when I was listening to him and we were chatting, I realized that the educational system is failing millions and millions of people, not just in Africa, not just in some other part of around the world. Now, there's always been two type of educational system: the elite, and really what you're paying for is not necessarily the education, even though the educational system is more pragmatic, they get more experience, but it's access, the network, which is key. And that's why some people pay top dollar for some school, not because the educational curriculum itself is it's much better than everything else, but the network. That's really what they're paying for, the network. Because rich kids go to those schools, so their kids get access to those network, and we all know your network is your net worth. I mean that's been well documented, and I've done a few videos on educational system and how it's failing, but I've never really dived in and spent some time explaining some of the options out there. And now, since the revolution of AI, I was like, man, I gotta do something because the world is changing so fast now compared to when I was in my 20s. Now it's ridiculous. And I literally want to say that if you're going to school today, if you're going to college, you wasting your time. If I were you, and this video, I just want to share what I would do if I was 20 now or 18, I guess now, or even 16, because you got to start early now. Competition is crazy. It's crazy. The number of bachelor degrees have increased dramatically. In my parents' time, when you had a degree, a bachelor degree, man, you're guaranteed a job, guaranteed. Now you can have a PhD and still be unemployed. So it's it's crazy. It's literally the world is changing, and the school system, the educational system, are not just failing this youth, but I will go as far as saying it's a scam. Today it's a scam. If you go to college 4 years, by the time you graduate, technology has advanced and changed so much, you you be wasting your time. You have to go and get trained for something else to get a job. You got to figure out something else in a hustle. And I hear, and I'm going to do a video about some of the AI too, because this is what I'm the most excited. And I see so many videos out there about it. So, uh, but I think there's some more content to be shared as far as you have to look at it as tools. Today, You know, you don't need to know everything. All this stuff that the basics should be taught in high school: reading, writing, math. That's it. Boom. College should prepare you for the real world. I always say that. College is there to prepare you for the real world. If you have a college degree and you spend X amount of money, that's an investment. If I put money in the stock market, I'm expecting a return. Same thing. We're not holding schools and university accountable. We've been programmed for so long that that's the path to success that now we don't even question that path anymore. And yet the world has changed dramatically. I was reading something recently how a lot of universities are banning chat GPT and all those things. It's useless. It is useless. But what can you do at 18? Well, first of all, the problem when we're 18 plus, between 18 and 25, we have no focus or very little focus. That's what killing the youth also. We don't know what we want out of life. We're still, wandering around. We don't have focus. We don't have discipline. And everybody learn different ways. Some were, but most of us don't learn as quickly as possible. But the good thing is now with internet, social media, if you look at the right thing, YouTube, and that's what my job I try to do, is that you can find mentors, you can find content out there that can help you direct you and get better focus, get better discipline, get some direction in where you want to go out, in life. And that's the beauty of it. We didn't have that. I first discovered the internet when I was 19, I remember, at school. And it was email. We didn't we didn't even imagine what the internet would be today. So today it's the internet is still early on, but it's in its 20s, mid 20s. So you got to understand that the world is changing, and if you don't change according to the world, you're gonna get left out. And if you get left out, then you'll be unemployed, frustrated, depressed, no job, no money, so on and so forth. So I want to give you guys some of the tools of what's out there. One of the best platforms I use and I know of is Udemy. Yeah, or Udemy. I don't know how you wanna pronounce it, but this is an educational platform basically, and they provide courses, third-party courses, and some of it's free, some of it you pay for it, and there's courses on everything. Some of the courses I've done, for some of you guys who know me, I'm passionate about the agribusiness. I'm passionate about some of the technology in that space, and especially on the urban side of agriculture through hydroponics and all that. So you can learn how to build your own hydroponic system, right? Courses vary, 99, $16, so on and so forth. You want to be a developer and learn about Python? Hey, go on there and they'll teach you about Python. You just gotta see the rating and all that. People are teaching very $16. $16. $16. I paid 40 plus $1,000 for my university. 40 plus $1,000. If I had the money today, oh my God. I always say that. I know my mom would kill me, but it is what it is. It's crazy. And that's why, you know, my kids will definitely go through that. 16, you got to start learning skills. You got to start knowing what you like, what you don't like, what you're passionate about, which industry. Doesn't have to be specific, but at least general. Then you start acquiring knowledge specifically on that industry. This idea of general knowledge is useless. You know, I don't want to learn about geography. I want to, if I have the means, I'll go and discover the world. If I don't have the mean, AR, VR will solve that. You'll be able to go to Hawaii, on a on an AR, VR glass and see the different place of the world, right? All that will be possible in a very, very near future. But it starts with you, with your will, your understanding, and instead of wasting time on some other stuff. And that's another thing about that's the discipline part about uh, um, the young men and women. But that's just the reality. This platform will teach you anything you want. Anything you want, from AI, programming, growing food, blah blah blah. And if you don't know, if there's something that's not in there and you're gonna acquire that skill, you can create a video and sell that course. Right? There you need to specialize and build a fantastic work ethics if you want to live a good life. Now, I'm not telling you how to be a millionaire. I'm not telling you this to me that's nonsense. You're chasing money, you're a slave of that money for the rest of your life. What I'm trying to tell you is how to prepare yourself for this new world. Well, it's not really new, but for this world that is evolving constantly. And Africa, to me, is still left behind. I mean, our educational system is beyond useless. I've seen videos of guys teaching programming on a board with no machine. And I'm not blaming the teacher. I blame the government, the curriculums that they're developing, the leadership that they put into that stuff. So anyway, this is one of the platform, guys. Check it out. If you don't have $16, you shouldn't waste your time going to college anyway. Save your money and start learning skill sets. And if you're in programming and all, get certified. Don't waste your time going to college and learning this. I stopped. I used to bring interns. From public university. I stopped doing that. I'm sorry to say that. I stopped. Because if I was a major company, and even major company, they don't do that because they had zero experience, zero knowledge that was, practical. It was all theory. So you basically had to reprogram and basically start your own class to prepare that person into what you need in your ecosystem. So I stopped. It's sad to say I stopped. And most universities across Africa, they don't even work with the private sector. They don't even ask the private sector what's out there, what's working, what new technology out there. A good university would work with the private sector to keep up with what's going on out there. But you don't even hear any conferences or meeting or events between university and private sector to come together to better prepare those guys. No. And that's a crime to me, man. That's a crime. It breaks my heart saying all these things, but that's just the reality. So the second platform I want to share today is LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a learning, LinkedIn is my favorite social media platform. LinkedIn has a learning skill platform. You can put whatever you want, go through it. You go on the LinkedIn Learning, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, you can just set it up. And then you have a lot of people posting all kind of stuff, how to create content. And I don't want you to limit yourself to just social media, how to be a content creator, how to be a programmer. That's what everybody's doing. But I'm going to tell you some skill sets that I guarantee you'll never be out of job. Be an electrician, be a plumber, those are jobs that'll never go, at least not anytime soon. Maybe when robots come, but those are manual jobs that most people look at it down, but they generate a lot of money. It's a massive, massive business. I can't tell you how hard it is for me to find a good plumber, a good electrician. You know, electronics will be massive also. Everything has been, there's chips on everything now. So there'll be a huge need. Electronics fixer, it's a big business in Africa, actually. People that are fixing smartphones, laptops, it's already big. You can go to most shops across Africa, you'll see those guys are always busy. But agriculture is my favorite one, man. Agriculture, how to grow food in the urban setting. You don't need a big plots. Come together with a few friends, or invest in a small piece of land and maximize that land, right? But not just growing food, processing it at the same time. Urban farming to me is the future, hands down. With the health issue, cutting all these trees and all those things, there has to be a solution to this problem, and urban farming is definitely, definitely growing. So this is the thing you need to look at, you need to look for. So I just want to summarize, guys. First, let's say you 16, I go ahead 18, because 16 is still young, unless you have a good mentor or your parents understand this challenge. If they don't, then you got to figure it out on your own. That's a little bit harder without a mentor. But 18, start searching, you're looking, you're understanding what do I like, what you don't like, blah, blah, blah. Then when you start selecting, look at some of those courses and all, and learn slowly but surely. It doesn't have to be all at once. Come up with a plan. Come up with a sector you want to be in. Start learning. Start, acquiring knowledge. And then from there, you start deep diving. Start applying what you've learned. And I'm sure whatever you learn, just like in school, whatever you learn is not going to describe fully everything. So you're also going to learn by practicing what you've been learning online. And that could take, 6 months instead of a 4-year program. In 6 months, if you do this properly, you can be an expert. I'll give you another 6 months, 12 months. You'll be an expert in whatever field you choose. If you discipline, that's extremely important. And focus. Discipline and focus. Right? And I wanna end with this AI stuff briefly. I'm gonna do another video, man. This year I'm gonna do some video on AI. It's gonna be definitely massive in so many ways. AI is really exponentially increasing your own productivity if you know how to use those tools. And those tools, if there's one schools that's going to be the future, is how to learn how to use AI tools in different sector and all that. That's really going to be the next biggest course, how to use AI tool. And again, you don't need to go to school for that. You can get access to all that. Fiverr, which I'm part of, because I do a lot of freelancing job for startups, has now a new service, AI services. Follow trends, look what's going on. Add talent to AI. Guys, this is happening. This is happening. AI artists, AI application. On my current project, I'm developing AI models to maintain. I mean, you can read about our website, for my new company. If you don't have AI component to your business, you're gone, you're over, you're done. AI will allow to scale to another level. AI artists. And because AI is doing the work and you know how to use AI, the cost of freelance or the cost of those services has dramatically dropped down. So now you have access to all this that you can use in multiple ways. I'm not going to spend time on that. And that's what's happening. This is going to be massive. And this is another way of generating revenue and making money. So I know it's hard, man. I've had my hard time in life. I've been homeless. I've lost jobs. I fell in so many ways. But you got to wake up and keep going and focus. And if you've been in school and now you're not getting a job, you need to stop and reevaluate everything and start focusing on things. There's some jobs that are useless today. They're useless. Is going to make it, if not already, it's going to make it useless. And then there's other jobs that, you still going to need, even if there's AI, you still need somebody to maintain, manage, so on and so forth. So you need to stay on top of that. So if you're one of those guys going through a challenge, man, I hope this video helps you. And I'm not saying this is going to solve all your problems. You're going to have to give it time. It takes time, man. It takes time to build something. I don't care what it is. It takes time to build your skills. It takes time to build a business. It takes time. But I'd rather spend 6 months to 12 months on learning something specific at a much more cost-effective way. I mean, for $100, you can learn so much than spending thousands and thousands of dollars in a school system that at the end when you come out, you still can't find a job. Man, there should be a return money policy on those school fees. Anyway, take care. I hope you like this video. Looking forward on your comments. If you like what you've seen, please press the like button. And see you later. Take care.